On my seat.
I guess.
Anything there? Nothing?
We got a couple duds.
Couple duds.
We got a couple. I see one back there. I see a couple so far. We got at least 2 or 3.
All right, so my live stream is going to overheat my phone, so I got
Perfect.
this cold wash rag.
I got a couple over there. Very good. So you'll have an opportunity to win prizes just like that over the course of the rest of this weekend. If you did win, instructions are in the envelope for how to claim your prize. So you can do that. There'll be lots of opportunities to win other great prizes. Now, my name is Evan Ryder. I'm with Boston Virtual Air TCC. I'm the training administrator with that online aviation community. For those who don't know us, Boston Virtual Air TCC is an online aviation community for pilots and air traffic controllers. On the Vatsim network, we provide air traffic control in this region, so at airports just like this one. We also have an active community of pilots who fly across the network. And we're here hosting Flightsimcon because in many ways this was a VBA event. Back in 2013, at our very first event, downtown Hartford, it was pretty much just a member meetup, as I recollect, with a couple other people that were along for the ride. And now, as you can see, this event has grown to be quite a bit bigger. We've always kept an important responsibility in hosting the event, helping to reach out to the sponsors, the speakers, and the exhibitors that come here, and of course, in helping to answer any questions. So over the course of the next 2 days, folks just wearing these BVA t-shirts like you see me in are more than happy to help answer any questions that you might have. We also will have an active setup going on upstairs showing about how flying online works and flying on the Vatsim network is done. So if you're interested, if you have any questions, we're certainly happy to help answer them. Like I said, this is the 5th annual Flightsimcon event. Now by show of hands, is there anyone here who was here with us in 2013 for that very first one? A couple of hands in the air. Anyone here has been to a Flightsimcon before? And who's here for the first time? Excellent.
Oh, wow. Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So if you're here
That
for
is
the
pretty
first
cool.
time, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. We're sure happy to have you here. It means a lot to us that everyone has made the trip. I was thinking back on 2013 and the first Flightsimcon that we did. And back then, the big news in the industry, at least for us, was that the wonderful world of FSX multiplayer powered by GameSpy was just closing down at that point. So back in 2012, anyone remember this wonderful experience of FSX multiplayer? Seems about accurate. I heard from the front row there. I know that I just pulled this off the internet. Clearly this guy's worried about the upside down airplane. I'd be more worried about my #1 engine here. I literally typed in Pro ATC Juliana, which was the first result that came up. So I guess we're glad those days are over.
Right.
All right, time for another activity. Everyone get you to stand up, please. It is not musical chairs. All right, so we're talking about travel. We're talking about people who have taken a little bit of time to get here. So if you traveled for at least 1 hour to get here, from the time you left home to the time you got here, you can stay seated. If it was less than an hour, sit down. A couple people close by. If you traveled at least 2 hours, we'll get you to stay standing. Everyone else sit down. People who are sitting down, we all don't like you right now. That's the clue here. Okay, if it took you at least 5 hours to get here, stay standing. Everyone else be seated. I got rid of a lot of people. Okay, let's go with at least 8 hours to get here. All right, we're getting close. If it took you at least 10 hours to get here. Now these people on the corners, it's going to be hard for me to tell with you, but we'll focus on the seats. It took you at least 12 hours.
Wow. Hey, where's Tristan?
On the other side.
He's on the other side?
13 hours? 13? Still standing? Okay, we've lost the UK there. Okay, let's do, where are you from? From where? How did it take you 13 hours to get here?
I think we drove.
Columbus, Ohio, okay.
All right, Columbus.
Sir? Mexico, where else? Halifax? You guys over here? Okay, I think I'm going to go with Mexico as the farthest one, otherwise you're going to know my geography is terrible. So for those of you who are, come on up afterwards. I've got some prizes for you, courtesy of Just Planes. Thank you everybody for making the trip, wherever you came from. Have a seat, thanks. awesome that you're here, and we are very happy to have so many people here. You know, it's incredible to see the amount of support we have for the aviation community and the flight simulation community here in the United States. The fact that everyone here is made out of the basement is incredible for us. So thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. So let's talk a little about what we're doing over the next couple of days and give you a bit of an orientation. We are in a new venue this year. We're very excited to have taken over the entire hotel. They're completely out of chairs, so I think that means we've done something right. We are here in the main Windsor Lofts Ballroom, so this will be where a number of the seminars will be taking place over the course of the weekend. I won't highlight everything is in your program guide, but one of the most important ones happening at 2 o'clock right here on this stage will be our Flightsim developer panel. So on that panel we have representatives from Dovetail Games, from Laminar Research, and from Lockheed Martin, and they'll be together talking about what's new in the world of flight simulation for those three main platforms. So if you're interested in seeing what's coming up next from those three big developers, that's happening here in this room at 2 o'clock. Of course, as I say, there is a full set of activities happening in this room over the course of the weekend. Our secondary seminar area, we've got 2 rooms this year. The second one is the Simsbury room. That's located basically around the corner, just where the registration tables were. That'll be another area having a full program over the course of the next 2 days. The one I'd like to highlight for that room is actually an FAA-approved Wings credit seminar. That'll be taking place, so anyone who is part of the FAA Wings program looking to get some credits, that'll be given by Stephen Brown from the FAA, and that'll be talking about the benefits of flight simulation, and particularly at-home flight simulation for pilots as well as enthusiasts. So that's a good one to keep in mind, happening on Sunday afternoon. Just outside these main doors past the exhibitors is Concord's restaurant. That's a little bit different than at home. Nobody's coming in with a plate of sandwiches for you. You're gonna have to go out and get your own food. Sorry. We have that available. That is 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. And if you wish, it's available for $14 per person. You can just take care of that right with the restaurant directly. If you do wish, there are some other options available in the terminal here. And if you're not afraid of the daylight, you can also go outside and try to find a few things in that area. I just wanted to get the message about turning off the phone on airplanes. So that's available for you if you're interested. If not, like I say, lots of other local options. Next thing is happening at the end of today is our post-event social. That's co-sponsored by Orbix, and the important thing there is free food. So we'll have appetizers as well as we have drinks sponsored by Orbix. So folks who are interested, we encourage you to stick around after the event. One of the things happening at that post-event social will be theme tables. That's something else new this year. So if you're interested in learning a bit more about scenery design, about online aviation, about flight simulation development, there will be tables set up on those subjects, and we encourage you to congregate around those areas and chat a little bit about, or with some people about those different subjects. And finally, there is also an optional dinner available, so if people are interested in staying here at the hotel tonight for dinner, that's available again from Concord's, and again for $16 per person for the dinner. You can take care of that directly with the restaurant if you choose to stick around tonight. That's our main lobby area, and you've probably seen a couple of the exhibitors just out there. The other larger exhibit area is up on the second floor. So if you head right out these doors here, there's a staircase that will go up there. There are also elevators, the same ones that go up to the rooms. That'll get you to the mezzanine level. And on the second floor, our biggest area is just right in the middle there. That's the Amelia room, where we have a number of exhibitors set up. We also have people set up throughout the hallways and in some of the breakout rooms as well. So there's lots to explore, both upstairs as well as down here over the next couple of days. I'll talk a little bit about what's coming up next. You do have a full agenda available in your program guide and on Hoova. So if you haven't seen Hoova yet, we'll talk about that in a moment. Coming up next in this room, as soon as we're done, is a product announcement form. So there will be a set of 8 different exhibitors coming up to talk about what's new in their world of flight simulation. They'll get 5 minutes each to give you a very quick overview of what they have coming up and what to expect. So it'll be a nice little preview over the next couple of days as far as what you can expect. Following that, Austin Meyer and the team from X-Plane will be talking about their new release, X-Plane 11. And later today, we'll be kicking off things in the second room, the Simsbury room, at 11:30. That will address Twitch streaming and the use of YouTube in the online flight simulation world. So lots going on in both rooms this morning, and of course, over the course of the day here. Another new thing to talk about this year is Flightsimcon Bingo. If you haven't already, you can pick up a bingo card from the registration table. There's an opportunity to win a number of great prizes through bingo, and it's very easy. All you need to do is grab your bingo card, speak to an exhibitor, and have them initial off when they've spoken to you. If you complete the entire thing, just the perimeter, or you get 6 in a row, you'll be entered into a raffle to win a set of different prizes which include things like Imagine Sim scenery downloads, a 90-day subscription to Navigraph Ultimate, and then our Ultimate prize includes a Track IR Pro bundle. So lots of stuff available to be won there. All you need to do is complete your bingo card, toss it in the boxes just outside, and you'll be able to enter to win. There are also some raffles taking place just outside. So if you're interested, there's a couple of different products, again, including a Track IR bundle. We've got some other stuff available all outside there on the table. So drop a business card into those boxes, or there's contest entry forms there as well for you. I should mention as well 2 quick programming notes. We had a couple last-minute changes. One of our good friends has been here many years, Javiator, unfortunately isn't able to make it this year, and the same is true for Flag Mountain Software. So they are in your program guide. They just had a change at the very last minute, but they are not here. So please do not scour the whole hotel looking for them. You will not find them. They aren't here this year, so just mark those spots off your bingo card and keep going. And we did have a travel contest, as maybe anyone saw the travel contest on Hoova on the way here? A couple people, we got a couple entries. So we were encouraging people as they were flying, driving, whatever, to get here to post some pictures of them traveling. And we have a winner here. And it is this picture right here. It's hard to tell. But you've got a beautiful little "See You Soon" Flightsimcon up there and a nice picture out of an airplane window. Now we went around the room last night trying to figure out how to pronounce the last name, so I hope I got it right. But we're going to say Jake Adamczyk from Fairfield, California, as our winner. So if you're here, give a round of applause. And if he's here, please come on up right afterwards. He will have won a 90-day subscription to Navigraph Ultimate, including access to their FMS data, charts, and all of the Navigraph products. Now, I was talking about Hoova. I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on exactly what that is now. If you haven't done so already, this is the opportunity to pull out your phone and download Hoova. If you haven't done so already, Hoova is our central event communication hub. It's what we're doing everything in. You can access the program, you can access the agenda, you can even choose which seminars you want to be part of and customize your own agenda for yourself. In addition, we'll be sending out important announcements. We'll be looking at things like prizes, and you also have the ability to connect with other attendees. One of the biggest reasons we brought Hoova in this year is because of feedback we got from previous years. People saying, you know, I was talking with this Evan guy, and he was mostly pointless and just droning on. But then he had one idea that was kind of interesting, and I wanted to follow up. So this way, you can find me in Hoova, you can chat with me, you can exchange contact information, and we've got something that lasts beyond the conference. Similarly, if people were interested in setting up a local flight sim group, you meet a couple people from Tampa and you're interested in doing something there, again, you can use Hoova to connect with the other attendees. So we really encourage people to use Hoova not only as a means of figuring out how the event actually works, but also to connect long term. So if you haven't already, pull out your phone, search Hoova, W-H-O-V-A, on your app store, and if need be, there is a joint code, it's FSC 2017. So that information is all there for you. It's also outside in the front and in your program guide. There's lots of ways to make sure that you're downloaded and connected with the event. And in order to get started, I'm going to ask everyone to pull out their phone, and I'm going to now open up a live poll on Hoova to talk a little bit more about how you got here. So grab your phone, and we'll have that live for in just a second. So if I've done this right, you should see on your phone, if you go into Hoova, go into the event, and under polls, you should see, or maybe under live polls, you should see some information about that come up. And I'm going to get the results up on the screen for us here. There we go.
I apologize for any quality issues. A lot of competition for bandwidth.
The Hoova app is the one. We've got some votes coming in right now. We're asking about how people got here to Flightsimcon. It looks like so far car is the winner, but we've got a close tie between car and flying in. A couple people looks like they flew their own aircraft in.
Thanks, Robert.
How did we get where? On Hoova. Okay, so on Hoova, I will do this live with you here. If you're in the event, you need to scroll over to where it says.
You want me to show it on this?
What I thought this would have been easier in a computer conference.
Here, Daily X. Yeah, they're
So it's under, if you're in
Neon's right.
Hoova,
That's the
at
black
the very bottom of the events, you should see
Yeah.
Flightsimcon 2017. You can get into that and then scroll over to where it says polls. And then under polls, you'll find it, you'll be able to answer it there. Give people another couple of seconds to figure that out. There'll be other ones happening throughout the weekend, so you don't necessarily need this one.
Phone's getting hot.
They might be still coming through for people who don't have them. I got a bunch of people that are answering, so we'll leave it there. You might see it in the next couple of minutes. So it looks like we asked, I've got 100 people almost in now. It looks like we asked people about how they got here. We're sitting at cars, got 48%, commercial flights, 38%. A couple people flew into other airports.
See?
And I don't know if you can see the bottom one on the screen there, but apparently we had 5 people that attempted to fly in commercially but got dragged off an oversold flight. Apparently the airlines aren't
Probably United.
They said they were.
Commercial flight into this airport.
If you don't already, now's the time to download Hoova.
Wow, they actually do have that. Look at that.
There will be lots happening.
That is a very fancy camera. I was very jealous when I saw
You'll
it.
also be able to do things
I'm just
like
using a
interact
Galaxy
with our
S7.
panelists and ask some questions. So I encourage everyone to do that now if you haven't already done so.
Where's the answer for Fight Club? I don't see that.
I'm just about to wrap up here. I'm going to just do one more couple of slides here, and then we're on the way done. One of the really important things I want to share with everyone here today is how much we appreciate both your coming out, as well as those who are here representing the sponsors and our exhibitors. It takes a lot of effort to come out to this event, particularly if you're someone from the flight simulation developer world. There's a lot of people who do this work part-time on the side of their plate. It's not their main business, and it's something that we really appreciate. My team reached out to over 300 different flight simulation and aviation
You're welcome, Chemo.
organizations in order to make this event possible. The people that you see here are the ones who said, yes, I will support flight simulation in North America. I support this event. I want to be here and be part of it. So we really appreciate that those folks did that. For anyone else that isn't here, particularly for you folks, if you're out there saying, you know, I really wish this developer was here, or I have this product and it would have been great to see it, you're now our best source of marketing. You can go out and go back to those people and say, hey, this is an event that really means something. We're drawing hundreds of people in the United States to these events. So we encourage you to post on social media, to write a tweet, to post on the forums, to send an email, whatever you can.
All right, this guy's wrapping up.
Keep sharing this event.
The plan is to look at the agenda, and I'll pick and choose
Once again, folks, we really
the best
appreciate you
presentations
being
to
here.
live
If you
stream.
have any questions, any of the folks in these blue BDA t-shirts would be more than happy to help answer. I'll be here all weekend. I look forward to meeting many of you over the next couple of days. We thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, folks. Now, happening in just about 2 minutes, we've got some developers right here to participate in our product announcement forum. And as promised, people will have 5 minutes to share what's new in their flight simulation worlds with you. So I encourage you to stay seated. It'll still be another couple of minutes before they're ready out there anyway. So I encourage you to stay seated for that session. If you do wish to step outside, stretch your legs a bit, and start looking around, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to get started in just a minute or two right here on the product announcement forum.
All right, guys, I'm going to stop this stream. We'll start when the forum begins. See you in a few.